Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about rally riding. Now, if you're a Harley guy and the first thing you thought of was beer gardens and half-naked chicks, you're going to be disappointed. But if you want to learn more about rally riding, stick around.
Dang, this looks like a cliff. I mean, this is a cliff. All right, I can do it. Hang on, let me figure out which way we go. I think we stay, I don't know. Yeah, no big deal.
Okay, so if a rally isn't a beer garden and half-naked chicks, what is it? Well, I used to say they were a scavenger hunt, and that's really not true. A scavenger hunt just says, hey, pick up a bottle of Louisiana hot sauce. Well, you can get that anywhere, right? In this type of rally, you have to go to a very specific location and take a very specific picture to prove you were there. And in that picture, you got to have your rally flag showing that you were there at this time, not, before or after, or whatever the case may be. So, what they give you is, they give you, number one, the rally book. Now, this is the Bible for this rally book. Now, this one has a theme of Days of Thunder. So, most of these locations are based on racetracks and drag strips and old gas stations and things like that. So that's the theme of what you're looking for. And there is some strategy in here, and I'll tell you, the most important thing is you read the directions and understand. So these give you a brief history. Like here's, this is, gosh, I don't know where this is, but this is in Waco, Texas. It gives you lats and longs. It gives you the address. It tells you a little bit about where you're going to see. It tells you how many points there are. And then gives you a picture of what you're going to take. So you can either have it in your mind what you're looking for, or you can flip to this and whatever the case may be. But this is your Bible, and you need to understand it and understand all the rules. So for me, when I go to plan a rally, I'm a very visual guy. So what I want to do is I want to put all of these locations into base camp. So I want to populate them all on a map. Now, Paul Tong, the rally guy for this one, did a fabulous job. He made it so easy for the way I do things. It was unbelievable. He sent an email and said, the rally books are in the mail, so expect them. So a day or two later, he sent out another email with a link with all the GPS coordinates and said, for those of you camped out at your mailbox waiting on your rally book, here it is. So this was a digital GPS file of all these locations. I was able to take that and drop it straight into base camp. Let me show you what that got me. So, I hope you can see that okay, but all these little dots here and over here, you can see these are all the locations, right? Now they have a code, and the code tells you what they are and all those things, but you can see I click on them and it highlights them. Now that they're all in there, I kind of have a visual. The next thing that I do is I go into these individually. I'll use the rally book and I'll look it up and I'll say, okay, this one is worth, 500 points. I'll go down here and I'll choose a color of a flag or something, and that symbol for me tells me it's a high point value target. And I go on to the next one, and then I go on the next one. So then when I back out, I can look for the high value targets, and that's how I plan my route. If that kind of makes sense, you can kind of see, okay, I want to hit these big high target value ones. I hope that makes sense, and I know that's very crude and very quick, but that's how I start. Now, Paul Tong made it easy because he sent that file. Otherwise, I'd have to go through this book and enter all those. Now, I've done that before, and maybe it takes me an hour, maybe it takes me an hour and a half. I don't know, but it's how I feel I need to do it. And it gives me a good visual. Otherwise, you got to go through every one of these and figure out which way you're going to go. So once I have them in base camp and I have them color coded the way I want them and things like that, I can kind of visualize what I think a route is. Then from there, the next thing is making sure the route meets your time frame. This was 36 hours, so there's no sense planning a route that's 45, or even worse, planning one that's 20 hours and you're a day and a half early. So that goes into your moving speed, overall average speed, and you've got to know all those things. So my plan for this rally was, I know what my overall speed is that I ride. I know what my moving speed and what my stop times are. I know that, but is it a pace that I can keep up for 36 hours or 4 days or 5 days, or for the Iron Boat Rally, 11 days? So that was my goal. Can I plan a route matching all my requirements, and then can I keep that pace? So I went through the book. I got everything in base camp, like I said. I color coded everything, and I picked out a route. And I tweaked on it a little bit, and within a matter of a couple hours, I had a route. And the route was perfect for what I was trying to do, but I didn't score very well. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't play the game very well, and that's all on me. I was a little bummed. I didn't think about the rally. I was thinking about planning the route instead, if that makes sense. So I was happy with how I planned the route and what I did, and bummed that I didn't play the game as well as I should have. So my route took me out I-10, and I tooled along, and I had my first little failure about 4 hours in. I have a new Climb jacket, and it has a spot on the chest for a spot tracker. You can drop it in there. That way, if you had a bad accident, they know where to find the body, not the bike. And I normally would put it in there. It tracks just fine in the pocket as it does out. But for whatever reason, I had it mounted on my handlebars, and that's where I left it. The batteries that I'd put in it the day before, brand new, were some generic batteries, and literally 4 hours into my ride, they died. I would have lost a lot of points. I think it was 2,500 points for providing a spot tracker link so they could see where you're at. So I had to make a fuel stop, buy batteries, and replace the batteries. So if I'd had it in my jacket, I would have never noticed. So glad I had it on my handlebars, and food for thought, don't go cheap on batteries. So the next thing in the rules, talk about a rest break and talk about meal breaks. If you take a meal break each day, you can multiply your points by like 4 for your rest break, and you get a lot of points. So they know you're going to ride big miles, but they do what they can to keep you safe and healthy. So I decided to take a meal break each day and a rest break. Now the rest break, I didn't play the game well. I took a minimum of 4 hours. I could have taken 8 hours and scored more points. I was really trying to see what my second day was going to be like health-wise when I only slept 4 hours. And 4 hours is a good amount of sleep for me. But I left a lot of points on the table. So planned out all my route. I took my fuel stops. Everything was going well. And first thing that happened, I used a 3-liter hydration pack in my bag. Ran out of water. Ran out of water pretty quick. I didn't think I'd run out of water that quick, but I went through West Texas. It was hot. I drank a lot, and I ran out of water. My faith was restored in humanity when someone behind me at a road construction area, I got off the bike, was kind of stretching, and they literally brought me a bottle of water. Super cool to that guy in the Tahoe, him and his wife. I made it to my stopping point, Lubbock, Texas, about, I think it was like midnight-ish. For this rally, you have to get a starting and stopping receipt for your rest break. So find a gas station, ATM machine, something. So I bought some snacks for breakfast in the morning and a couple bottles of water and stuff to fill my hydration. Got that stuff, got a receipt, started my timer, went to my hotel, went to sleep, and I didn't sleep well. I don't know, just didn't sleep well. Pretty amped up, I guess, but I'm not sure. I woke up really early, grabbed a shower, and was sitting at the gas station waiting for my 4 hours to end to get my end receipt. So my 4-hour rest break was probably 3 hours total. So off I go the second day. Now this is about 30 days ago, so this was late May, I can't remember when, late April. And it was about 40 degrees running across West Texas at 85 miles an hour at 4 a.m. So it was chilly. Had a couple issues with photos, the rally flag. So understand this rally flag has to be in every photo you take. So I did clarify the motorcycle can be in those. So on 90% of mine, I parked my bike in front of the target and put this on the windshield and binder clipped it to the windshield and was able to take my picture. But there was one that it couldn't. So I had no way to hold the rally flag other than me hold it. So now I'm propping my phone up on this small little tripod that I happen to have and taking the picture with a photo from my watch. So things to figure out and things to learn. It's a lot of logistics. So super fun, a lot of riding. I did 1,740 miles in 36 hours. I finished a little over 3 hours early, which is 3 hours I could have slept and gained a lot of points if I'd have done that. But I didn't, and I'm okay with that. I will tell you that understand the rules, understand the guidelines, what you're supposed to take a picture of, what it's supposed to look like, and take a look at everything. In the packet, I also got this thumb drive. I never opened the thumb drive. I had the GPS file, I had the rally book. What's on this? I don't know. Well, in this rally, you got to earn certain points to get other points. So I was doing it on paper. And I was doing this on paper, trying to score myself on paper. On this thumb drive, there's a Excel file that would have done it for me. All I do is enter the rally code, the stop locations, and it would have done it for me. So bad on me, man. Just take a look at everything they send you. Read the rally book, understand the rally book. In the very back is your bonus claim form. So I Xeroxed these, made copies, and had these on a clipboard. So when I would stop at a location, I'd open up my top box, pull out my rally flag, binder clip it to the front of my bike, get my clipboard, log my mileage. So when I got to the finish, I had my rally claim form for scoring 100% done. All I had to do was sign it and I was done. So I did have an issue. I threw everything in my top box, and every single time the ink pen was like a needle in a haystack. So that didn't work well for me. Charging on my headset didn't go well. I had other little issues. Sometimes you don't know, just because you take a picture, you need to verify that it's the right picture. You need to verify that everything is clear and concise before you submit it. On this one, you submit everything through an app. On other rallies, you submit it through an SD card. So it's too late. So when you take that picture, you need to verify the picture is what it is. I think that's about it. I'll just tell you, they're a lot of fun. There's 8-hour rallies and 12-hour rallies and 36-hour rallies and 60-hour rallies. I'm doing another one at the end of June that's 7 days, and that's going to be a lot of fun too. That's the LDX rally, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'll put in a couple photos of what I did here and there so you can kind of see. And if you're interested more, you can hit me up in the comments. I can tell you about some of the other ones or whatever the case may be, but they're a lot of fun. If you like to ride and see different places, you can go wherever you want. You don't have to go in a group, certainly, and people are going different directions. Heck, I saw one person in my 36-hour ride. I saw one person until I got to the finish. So, all right, hope you got something out of the video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you'll be notified next time my video comes out. I appreciate you watching. Thanks, have a great day. Be safe.